Raymond Hartley was a man feared in boardrooms and whispered about in business schools. At only 38, he'd built an empire in the tech world, CEO of Hartonic Solutions, a cutting-edge cybersecurity firm that had contracts with global governments. In Fortune 500s, he trusted no one, smiled rarely, and expected perfection. His mansion on the outskirts of Seattle was run like his company's strict schedules, security codes, and silence. Asterisk, the only warmth in his cold marble halls came from someone most barely noticed, a 24-year-old maid named Lila. Quiet, punctual, and always wearing a faded blue hoodie. She'd been working for him for 4 months. She never spoke unless spoken to, and even then, her words were soft and few. Raymond barely looked at her. She was just another part of the machinery of his world. Asterisk, but one late night, everything changed. Asterisk, Raymond had returned home early from a tech summit, annoyed by delays and exhausted from endless networking. As he stepped into his study, a place no one was allowed without clearance, he froze. There she was, Lila, sitting at his desk, typing furiously on his personal workstation, eyes laser-focused on lines of glowing green code. Asterisk, for a few seconds, he didn't even breathe. The anger surged in his chest. Asterisk, what do you think you're doing? His voice sliced through the silence like a blade. Asterisk, Lila jumped to her feet, her face pale as snow. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. It's not what it looks like. Asterisk, Raymond stormed toward her, already imagining calling security, pressing charges. But then, ... he looked at the screen. The code was not gibberish. It was elegant, beautiful, something only a master coder could craft. And it wasn't just any code, it was a direct patch to a known vulnerability his entire company had been struggling to fix for months. A vulnerability only 5 people even knew about. Asterisk, you wrote this? He asked, stunned. Asterisk, Lila nodded, trembling. I couldn't help it. I overheard your call with Mr. Mendoza last week. I used to study systems architecture before I had to drop out. I was just trying to see if I could help. I swear, I wasn't trying to steal anything. Asterisk. He stared at her, speechless. How could a maid as Maid know about this? And how had she written a solution in mere lines of code that his elite team couldn't crack? Asterisk, the next morning, Raymond didn't fire Lila. Instead, he called her into his private conference room. What began as a warning turned into hours of discussion. Her passion for technology poured out. She spoke about algorithms like they were poetry. She'd dropped out of university when her father passed, taking on cleaning jobs to support her sick mother. But every night, she taught herself through outdated laptops and borrowed books. Asterisk, Raymond felt something inside him shift. A part of him he thought was long gone, compassion. Asterisk, he offered her a job. Not as a maid. As a junior developer on a 6-month trial. Asterisk, Lila was hesitant. What if people say you're just being nice to the help? Asterisk, he smiled. Let them talk. Know what you're capable of. Asterisk, but as she walked into the Hartonics headquarters on her first day, dressed in a second-hand blazer and holding her mother's lucky pendant, neither of them had any idea just how much her quiet genius would change not just the company, the world.